Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, August 18th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did.
And what did you think?
Well, it was a little more challenging for me than the typical Sunday crossword.
Oh, okay.
But I did get it done.
Good?
But I had a lot of trouble kind of in the, southeast corner, not the very corner, but just sort of in that general area.
Okay.
I had trouble because I didn't know 89 across, sour grapes drink. And it turned out to be haterade.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had that recently, haven't we?
I don't know. I mean, I think it sounds familiar.
Yeah, but I couldn't parse it out because the last two letters were crossed with first 61 down, which was groups of 9, and it turned out it was not nonettes, and it was not baseball team, but I had the EA. And I thought, it's got to be some kind of team. But it turned out to be Enneads.
Yes.
Which is a group of 9 Egyptian deities.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was just a group of... I thought the clue was just as group of 9.
Yeah, no. It's a group of 9 Egyptian gods. So anyway, I didn't know that. And then...
Well, hang on. No, but I mean, in the New York Times, 61 down just reads group of 9. Doesn't mention anything about Egyptian gods.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But that's what the Enneads are.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I didn't know what those were.
Okay, I just thought it was just some Latin for 9.
No.
Although I was expecting it to be something more like nono or something.
No. And then 62 down, one hopping on the bandwagon, which was a great clue for roadie.
Yes, that was nice.
So anyway, I didn't have the last two. So I just had Hatera, and I'm like, hate ra. Hate ra. And, I just couldn't get it to work. So, but eventually I'm like, oh, it's haterade. Have we had that before?
We have had that before. It has appeared a total of 4 times today, February 18th of this year in 2021, and it first appeared in 2016, where it was clued as drink for the overly critical.
Oh.
I mean, I had the word hater, and the fact that it said it was a drink, sort of sour grapes drink, I thought, well, it's going to be aid.
Well, I had hate raw.
Yeah, see, I didn't have the A. And
I wasn't really sure about that first A because that cross was 67 down. Lewis, who wrote holes. And I thought, well, is that Sakkar? Is it Sakur? Is it Sakkor? So I wasn't really even sure of the A there. So, oh well, that was my little problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had a problem with 72 across appear again after being killed in a video game.
Yes.
Which I knew nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And the first letter that crossed with 59 down, solar system model. So with the solar system model, I had OR blank ERY.
Right.
So I thought, it's got to be orbery. But it turned out it was orrery.
Yes.
And the appearance of the video game character that had been killed was respawn.
Right.
Respawn. Not respond, but respawn.
Yes.
So a couple of words there I just did not know.
Well, orrery has actually appeared a lot more often, a total of 27 times. Mm-hmm. Not recently, and it first appeared in 2000. I stand corrected. Actually, sit down corrected. It first appeared in 1946 as planetarium, and then
never heard that.
Really?
An orrery. How do you say that? Orrery? Or just Orrery?
I usually sing it. Orrery.
Well, it has
Orrery.
to be Orrery.
I would pronounce it as orrery. Actually, I think I'm mispronouncing it as let me slow that down. Orrery.
Orrery. Anyway.
Orrery.
New word. New word for me.
Okay, well, that's good.
You can always learn new words.
Yes.
So there was one for me.
Or what I like to do is forget words and then relearn them. Yeah, respawn is something. I think from when I taught a course in video game development, I was sort of familiar with that, so that made sense to me. I didn't know Sashar, though, the author of Holes.
Right.
Have you ever read Holes?
No, I have not.
Ah, okay. Let's see. There was a theme here.
Yes, there was. It was cute, I thought, and very clever.
Yes.
I think it would have been a real challenge to put this together.
Well, the people who did this were Rebecca Goldstein and Will Nettiger.
Well, we know they're good.
Yeah, so
they always put out a good puzzle.
Right.
So they did not disappoint here with their theme. The name of the puzzle was For Your Amusement, and the theme was related to amusement park rides. And so the theme clues, all the answers, were amusement park rides, but they weren't really descriptions of the rides, but they said the rides were depicted in the puzzle, and they were depicted with circled squares. So the first one was 4 down, amusement park attraction depicted to the right of this answer. Well, the answer was Drop Tower, and if you look to the right, there were 5 circled letters that were separated by 1 black square. And if you filled it out correctly, the 5 were TOWER.
And they were running vertically.
Running vertically, yes. So you have the word tower, and it looks like it's dropping because it's not at the top,
right?
But it has dropped down to the second line.
Yes.
So we have the drop tower. Then at 25 across, amusement park attraction depicted above and below this answer. And the answer to that was bumper car. And you had three circled letters emanating, I guess, from a black square, one going to the right, one going to the left, and one going down. And they all had the letters CAR in them. So they were bumping cars together. Then we had right in the middle a lot of circled letters going up and down and up and down. And they crossed 65 across, which was amusement park attraction depicted weaving through this answer. It definitely did weave through the answer, and of course the answer was roller coaster. And the circled letters that went starting at the R of roller coaster and then going down, and then coming up through the C of roller coaster and then going up, and then coming back down to the last R of roller coaster. And those spelled out roller coaster as well.
Right.
Okay. Then we had 111 across, amusement park attraction depicted above this answer. And there you had 5 circled letters that were on a diagonal. And the answer to that was water slide. And in the circled letters was the word water. And then finally, I think probably the most challenging one of all was 79 down, which was amusement park attraction depicted in and around this answer. And the answer to that was whack-a-mole. And so the mole part of that answer, which was going vertically down, were circled letters. But then to the left of that were a couple of columns of circled letters. One was three circled letters long, and the other one was just 1. And then to the right of it was a column of 2 circled letters. And they had various parts of the word mole. The first one with the 3 circled letters had the MOL, and then the second one just had the M, and then the one to the right had the MO. And of course, if you ever play whack-a-mole, you know you got to whack the mole down with a mallet. And so those were just various stages of whacking the mole. So that was the theme.
Yes.
Very, very clever.
It was. It really was. I mean, it was true art here. I love the fact that with bumper cars, as you say, they had 3 letters for car coming in from the left, and it was spelled, reading from left to right, CAR. For the 3 letters coming from the right, it was spelled RAC.
Right.
So the cars were colliding that way, and from the bottom, it was spelled RAC with the C at the bottom.
And at the top, yeah.
Right, and so it looked like they were actually running into one another.
That's right. Yeah.
And with roller coaster, how the first R of the undulating squares ran into the R of roller coaster, how it crossed in the middle at the C, and how the last word of roller coaster ended at the R. I mean, that was just brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, just I don't know how long it took them to do this, but it really was ingenious. So this is what happens when you get trained professionals doing crosswords.
Right. Right.
Let's see. Beyond that incredible theme, I mean, there were lots of other good clues in the throughout the puzzle. I didn't know 2 down. The answer was agua, and the clue was, I'm going to do this well, I'm sure, bebida on una taqueria. Was that even close?
Well, no, it was okay.
What does it mean?
I think it's a beverage in a...
Taqueria?
Yeah.
Whatever taqueria is, or is that a restaurant? Oh, okay. All right. Because I got the word agua without really understanding what the clue was.
Water.
Right.
Water.
Okay. Yeah, I knew what I knew agua, but I didn't understand so I knew the answer, but I didn't understand
I think that's what it says.
Right. Bebida sounds like it would be drink. 8 down was, with 29 down, insect that conducts raids. So I thought it was going to be a fire ant for some reason.
Oh.
So I put down fire, but it was an army ant.
That is correct.
Which makes more sense for, I guess, an insect that's going to be launching a raid. 9 down was sensible clothing for the Bay Area's climate. And I started off with shorts, and then I went to skirts. I don't even know why I was in that area. But it turned out to be layers.
That's right.
So I had to sort of do a lot of switching up to make that work. And then the R of layers ran into 33 across. Molecule studied by 2023 Nobelist Caitlin Carrico, and it was RNA.
That's correct. Yeah.
I figured they would have known everything there is to know about RNA by now.
No, I think they're discovering new things.
I mean, I think that's what they use as the basis for the COVID-19 virus, right? They use RNA therapy of some sort. Maybe not therapy, but they use it to somehow create the vaccine.
That's right.
Did you know, let's see, this was 16 down, designer of noted terminals at Dulles and DFK, Saarinen.
Yes, Saarinen.
Who?
Eero.
Okay.
E-E-R-O.
I think we've seen that in the grid before.
Could be.
It is not a debut.
Right.
There were, in fact, 5 debuts in this crossword, but that was not one of them. Let's see, what else did we have? We had 17 down. The answer was Scranton, the office setting.
Right.
Have you seen The Office?
I've seen snippets of it on social media.
Could you tell it was filmed in Scranton?
No, It's just, it's about a fictional business and the people that work in the office that run the business. So,
okay.
Yeah. But I didn't know where it was set.
How about 36 across, NYC, home of Christina's World, MOMA?
Yes, I did know that.
What is Christina's World?
It's a painting.
Oh. Of her world?
It's a painting of a woman in a field, and she's like, you see her from the back, and she's reaching kind of toward what looks like a farm setting. And, oh, gosh, I can't remember what the artist's name is.
Salvador Dali.
No. It's a famous artist.
I think Salvador is pretty famous.
Yeah, I know. But,
Picasso.
No, it's very realistic. Christina.
Ansel Adams.
World. Andrew Wyeth.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. And I was just reading something about that painting that you don't notice, but apparently the woman is disabled. She can't really walk. And so she's reaching as if like she's calling out, come help me. So I never quite understood what the thought was behind that title, but that was it.
Okay. And then the first M of MOMA ran into 36 down. Fruity Italian wine, Moscato.
Yes.
That sounds like the sort of clue that if it wasn't a Sunday, I would not be getting.
Yes, I know. I didn't know that.
All those crosses helped a lot, though.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Although with 49 down, start to despair. I had the word lose, and I thought it was going to be like lose. And in fact, I had lose and an H, and I thought it's going to be lose hope.
No.
But it was lose heart.
Yeah, 49 across. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A 73 across. Burnsian lead-in to body. And I'm like, Burnsian. And then I realized it was Robert Burns, and it was nay, as in naybody.
Naybody, yeah. I was trying to think of every kind of Scottish word I could put in there, but I did not think of nay. I put like thy and I just was thinking of other words, but not nay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else did we have here?
85 was funny. Prominent feature of Tom Selleck and David Hasselhoff, chest hair.
Yes, that was funny.
I had to go way back in my memory to remember that Tom Selleck had a lot of chest hair, but in his Magnum PI days, he often was on the beach, not wearing a shirt.
I'm assuming that nowadays they'd shave. But otherwise they'd be like,
both of them are kind of getting up there in years.
What do you think you're auditioning for? Planet of the Apes? Go shave. 81 down. I couldn't believe it because it was leading with 3 A's, and I'm like, oh, this can't be right. I looked at the acrosses and they looked good. It was the Albuquerque Isotopes and Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp for 2 AAA teams, AAA teams. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love the name, the Albuquerque Isotopes. That's brilliant.
Very appropriate for that part of the country.
But, the reason I wasn't sure, I didn't know what to make of 96 across. Dendrologists study trees.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I have a vague recollection of when you have neurons, you have axons and dendrites. And so I thought it had something to do with the brain. But nope, it was trees.
Trees, yes.
I suppose maybe because dendrites look like trees, they probably have a tree-like structure to them.
I have no idea.
If we have any neurologists in the audience, I have this paint. No, never mind. Let's see here. 98 down. 98 down was word with French or free press.
Right.
So I understand free press. Mm-hmm. I don't understand French press. Is that some sort of an exercise?
No, it's kind of a coffee maker.
Ah, I see. Okay, that explains why I don't know it.
Yes.
And I thought it was interesting. Again, artistry throughout the whole grid. 100 across, subdomain with a space in between sub and domain was C.
Yes.
And then we had 101 across, things you might prey on, but it was spelled P-R-A-Y, and that was rugs.
Right.
I like how they took those sort of like 2 variations in the clues to sort of pun your way to an answer.
I put mats. But it's I guess they call them prayer rugs. I thought they were called prayer mats. But
well, we just had mats. Yoga mats, right.
Yeah, but yeah, rugs.
Right, and let's see, 117 across, I like this one. Nickname for the Los Angeles Angels, the Halos.
Yes, I did not know that they called themselves that.
It makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, and this whole crossword makes sense. It was a really nice bit of work. Had Rebecca Goldstein, had she won some sort of an award as like crossword constructor of the year?
I don't know.
I thought she had, but I don't see it in X-Word info. And Will Nettiger, this is his 50th crossword. He's been doing these since 2006.
Wow.
And he's done 23 Sundays and 11 Saturdays. Those are his two most prominent. And then he's done 9 Wednesdays and a smattering of others. He's never done a Monday. So he probably can't write a Monday.
He's too
much of a genius. That's the I don't have that problem, so. But anywho, I think that is it for today. Oh, one last thing before we wrap it up. So yesterday we awarded our Jam Katwa to Brandon Copy, and we neglected to mention to Brandon Copy, if you're listening, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, so we can send some Wisconsin swag and your signed Jam Katwa certificate your way.
That's right.
We have now fulfilled our contractual obligation to do so.
Yes, Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And so that is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Remember, I'm sorry. One more thing. We got feedback from through our fan mail link in the show notes. And let's see, it was, so it's titled, You've Got Fan Mail. She, that would be you, was right. Pompano. Although, oh wait, did I say that right? Pompano. Pompano. Although actually from Fort Lauderdale. Pompano is just up the road. All right, well, thanks, person from Pompano Beach. And remember, if you are so inclined, listeners, you can do what Pompano Beach just did. I'm never going to be able to pronounce this without major effort. You can drop us a line, either click on the link in the show notes or crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. Monday's crossword's out. We're going to tackle it. We hope you're going to tackle it and come back to hear about that tomorrow.
Bye-bye.